This episode is brought to you by Dr. Pepper Zero.
Diabolical.
What?
Am I an idiot? Huh? Oh, sorry. I'm sending a text. Give me a second.
Yeah, wow, really, for real professionals, when
Yeah.
you get into the Lalage podcast, or sorry, Jiddle.
Listen. Let me stop doing that. Oh my god. Let me tell you something. I'm keeping it real with everybody here. That's what makes us better than everyone else. The realism.
Yeah,
The
it's because they tune in to hear our depressed, tired asses after 7 days, or in this particular instance, 14 days
several
of
instances, really.
struggle and strife. We tune in, do our weekly moaning and groaning, and then
Mm-hmm.
get back to the grind for the rest of the week.
I mean, I'd like to think we're entertaining enough.
Well, I know I am.
Oh. I mean, clearly you have to be entertaining enough for two separate groups of people to want to do podcasts with me.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, kiss my ass,
I
John.
mean,
Hell,
I could
there might
be
even be a
I could be in
third
like
one,
I could
low
be in so
key.
many podcasts, but it's because I'm turning them all down. They go to other schools.
Yeah. You wouldn't know her. You wouldn't know them. They go to different schools. They're in different districts.
We stream on different platforms. It's not only Spotify.
They scream on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, Apple Podcasts. We haven't set up our what do you
Do
call
we
that thing
have an
that
Apple
streams it?
Podcast?
Well, we have a
Are we on
distributor,
Apple?
and they distribute it.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We do all the hard work, and then they do the actual hard work.
Yeah. They're the ones that send it out to the people. Let the people know. That way they
Yeah.
represent. Oh my god. That burp brought to you by Dr. Pepper Zero.
Wow. That was a big one.
Yep. Yeah, it's a big.
Hey, audience. If you find our belching disturbing, you can leave. Because we're not going to stop.
Actually, you can't. You'll
Oh.
find, if you look under your chair, that you are A, bolted to the floor, and B, there is a landmine down there that activated when you sat down. It will only deactivate after you've listened to this all the way through. If you're not sitting down.
And today's a special episode because this is going to be 2 hours long.
I hope
and all
you
we
brought
do
a
is drone
bucket to
on
pee
about
in.
nothing. Am I too loud? I don't have my pop filter, and I'm definitely talking into the mic.
I mean, your levels look all right.
Hell yeah, brother. We could change that real fast.
Well, and just crank the thing. Okay, so topics for this week. I'm looking at a very blank page. But that's usually how it goes. Sometimes we just have to.
It's been 2 weeks and nothing happened in his life.
I know. Well, it's been a busy 2 weeks, but not of things that would be worthy to put on the pod.
I could talk about some stuff. I don't have a list, but I have some events I could speak about.
Oh, okay. I'll save my review of Lord of the Rings: War of the Rohirrim.
Yeah, let's leave that for whenever we really have a dead episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But so I don't know. Have I talked about my teeth on here before? Like my teeth issues I've been dealing with?
No, I don't think so. You got teeth? I know. Yeah, I know you have mentioned to me. I don't think it was on camera, but
camera more like on audio.
You have been wanting to get dental insurance.
Yeah. Okay. Dang. So that must have been a long time ago I talked to you about it.
It's been a long, ongoing problem.
Let's talk about my health problems. It all started when I was 4. So I got fillings about 10 years ago. They've all fallen out at this point.
Why did you have to get fillings? Because you were a bad brusher?
I didn't take my dental health. I didn't take much of my health or hygiene seriously as a kid.
Bad.
If I'm being completely honest with you.
I'll dunk on you.
Hey.
We all make never mistakes, had a cavity. Okay? That's the name of the game.
You've never had a cavity?
I can tell you I've never had a cavity. At least to my knowledge.
You've been to the dentist?
About a month ago.
I don't believe you.
I mean, I could show you the receipt because I do have it downstairs.
Yeah, I need to see the receipt as well as your
you want to see my
card?
pearly white?
Yeah, exactly. See, you already know. Pull it out. No, so I had fillings because as a kid I ate a lot of sweets and I didn't brush my teeth very much, and so I had cavities. But also a lot of my cavities, because I ate a lot of apples and I did brush every now and again, not as much as I should have. But my teeth are tightly packed together, so food gets stuck in between my teeth, and that's where most of my cavities are.
Okay, right.
But so I got fillings about 10 years ago. They've since fallen out. And one of my molars on the bottom right excuse me, there's one tooth in specifically where it is cracked all the way through.
Jeebus.
Or
Wow.
at least that's what the X-ray showed. It doesn't feel like it, but it's like about 3/4. Yeah. Anyways, but it's like a
I think
chunk of
they
it is
put down
just.
horses for less than that.
Well, that would be inhumane, I guess. But the only reason why I even knew that happened is because I felt the filling actually come out, and
Ooh.
after that, I wasn't able to eat on my right side because if I put any pressure on that tooth, it would cause extreme pain.
Did you swallow
Um,
the filling?
no, I spit it out.
Oh, do you have it? Could you put it back
No,
in?
no, this was like I don't know, almost a year ago,
Oh, so you
maybe like
didn't keep it on like a
9 months
jar
ago
on
or
your desk?
so. Huh?
No jar on the desk full of filling?
No, I was at work when this happened.
Oh, oh.
Oh, and I think it's because I was eating something, and then as I was eating, the filling had came out, and that's when I felt the pressure, so I spit everything I had out, and the filling was there. That's what happened, I
Wait,
believe.
so what did you just left it there?
The filling?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it got tossed. I don't remember,
I
dude. This
don't know
again,
if I
this was
mean,
almost a year ago, okay?
I
Let
know.
me let
You
me
clearly you don't have the filling, so it clearly
Yeah,
has been disposed of.
yes.
But
Hopefully in a humane way, I guess.
yeah, well, I don't know if they can put it back in, but
Probably not, because it's
I'm not
almost
a
like it's like a cementish kind of like consistency.
Oh. Ooh, gross.
But
Alright.
excuse me. So ever since then, I have been avoiding slash not eating on my right side.
Wow.
This might have been about a year ago, actually.
You've been doing this for a year?
Yeah,
So basically what you're telling me is that the right side of your jaw is now underdeveloped and not muscular.
probably. Because I did notice that if I ever like felt around my gums on the side that I do chew on, I can feel my teeth kind of protruding a little bit, or like protruding. Let's just, for lack
Like
of a
they're
better word.
shifting like they're shifting?
No, like how do I explain this? Like I can feel my teeth or some of my teeth like not sticking out of my gums, but like they're in my gums, but you can feel that the teeth are there. It's not just like just gums. I don't know how to explain this. It's not a flat surface. It's
What's
not
not a
just
flat
straight gums.
surface?
It's like you can feel like where the maybe not the roots, but parts of the teeth are kind of sticking out a little bit. It's not like the teeth themselves are sticking out. They're inside the gum. But yeah, I don't know how to explain it more than that. So
Well, we'll
like
just need some visual evidence. We'll post it on our Twitter. It'll
we'll
just be
post it on the Patreon.
a straight on shot of Isaiah's mouth.
I'll have you know my dental hygiene is really good right now.
All
But
right.
anyways, but no, on the right side where I haven't been eating, it's almost like solid. Not solid. It's almost flat because the teeth. I don't know because I haven't been eating on that side. I guess there's been no force moving the teeth or whatever, and I've
Mhm.
probably been overworking the left side too much, which is probably why it's like that. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, and so that's been like that for quite some time, right?
A
And
year,
then
right? On average.
I think it was back in July. I was uh I was gauging to see if I could even put any pressure on that tooth. I'm able to put a little bit on there. Today it's been a little better. I could eat like soft eggs, like things of that consistency doesn't hurt or anything.
All
I
right.
can't get anything too cold or too hot though, because that hurts like a mug. But excuse me. But anyways, the thing about that, well, the problem with what's been going on lately is about July, I was chewing some gum. You know, I was just
Right,
chewing some
as you
gum,
do.
minding my own business. So I was like, dang, my breath kind of stinks. Let me get some gum, whatever.
Sure.
Chewing the gum, and I spit out the gum, and I felt like it felt like there was gum on my back left molar on the bottom. And so
Oh,
I was fidgeting with it or whatever, and I was like, dang, this is really stuck on my tooth. So, I took my finger to try to like scrape it off. It wasn't gum that was stuck to my tooth.
oh my god.
That was a crack in my tooth,
Uh,
and a small chunk of my tooth came out.
oh!
Uh, so I was trying to keep that piece actually, but I ended up leaving it in the apartment that I was staying in for 2 weeks on accident when
You
I had moved out, pretty much.
you put it under your pillow for the tooth fairy to bring you a dollar or
No, I left
something?
I left it on the counter.
Oh,
And
that's
whoever cleaned it was probably like, "What the fuck is this?" And they just because it wasn't like a tooth itself, it was like a very small piece of a
just a
tooth.
fragment?
Yeah, but in my mouth, there's a hole going straight into that tooth now, and It has been causing problems every now and again, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but like I can still eat on that side, but it hurts sometimes, and food gets stuck in there sometimes. Uh, but I ended up going to a dentist office, and they were like, they only checked out the right side because when I had went there, excuse me, because when I had went the first time, um, it was just for that right side because there was nothing wrong with the left side yet. And then it was maybe a couple weeks after that is when that happened.
Is when the
So I was
tooth
like, "Fuck."
fragmented and, like, he left it at someone's apartment?
Yeah.
Oh,
The apartment was empty. It was I work at an apartment complex. So, like, I was
right.
staying there because it was turn. It was we were flipping all the apartments.
Mhm.
And then at the end, we flipped the apartments that we were staying in, stuff like that. But yeah, so I went and they checked out only the right tooth, and they were like, "You're gonna need 2 root canals because this is what's wrong with this one.
Ooh.
We need to basically the nerve is exposed. We got to clean it out. Blah 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 blah. This and this and that." And then we're gonna the one right behind it, it's looking like that same thing's gonna happen to that one, so you're gonna need 2 root canals for that. And
Holy
I was like,
crap.
"Oh, that sounds lovely." And I do have dental insurance,
Okay, nice.
but they didn't cover a lot of it, or they
Oh,
wouldn't have covered a lot of it, so I would have ended up spending about $3,500 to get 2
jeez.
root canals. And you know who didn't have that kind of money?
Yeah, you
Me.
probably still doesn't.
Yeah.
Wait, so did this all happen a year ago, or this just happened, like
So, me going to the dental office, that happened this year, within the last I don't know. When did it happen?
that's a wide window. This is
I
like
think it happened in August or September,
okay, okay. Like
or
9
maybe
days to
even
the end of the year,
October.
basically.
Yeah, it's within the last, like, 3 or 4 months is when I went to the dental office. The
Okay.
left tooth happened over summer, the right tooth happened somewhere in the last year, but I believe it was wintertime. So about
Interesting.
a year ago, if not maybe, like, 10, 11 months ago. But
Hmm.
so I was trying to save up money for that, didn't go well. Haven't got that taken care of yet. But,
Okay.
uh, my friend, well, more of a friend, more than a friend. But anyways,
Lay down.
had went and shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Had went to
Ooh.
stop.
Uh-huh, right.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna be a bitch?
So they gave you $3,500 to go and
No,
get your
that's
tooth
not what
shot.
happened.
Okay.
That's not what happened. No, w they were also having some teeth issues, but they had a wisdom tooth that's been causing them a lot of pain,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so they were like, "Yep, I scheduled an appointment at this place," and I was like, "Oh, because it's over at UNT,
Mhm.
over at the school."
They do
Excuse
that at
me.
the school?
Yeah, they have a little dental office, like, at the back of the health and wellness center.
Wild.
I found that out through my friend. More than for yes.
Ooh,
We'll
wow,
talk
it's
about this
it's
later.
crazy that they have that's like a whole city. Right, okay, yeah, please continue.
Yeah, and so, they ended up going or I was like, "You know what? Let me see if I can get an appointment in." Because my aunt, I talked to her about this for a while, and she kept telling me, find a dental school," and I was like,
Mm,
oh, I'll try," and there's one over at the other school in town, but theirs doesn't, specialize in root canals or anything like that,
I thought you were
so I
gonna
think
say it's because they're women and you couldn't trust them.
that's not why at all, no.
Okay,
Stop
alright.
trying to get me canceled,
I'm
asshole.
sure that's what you meant. Yep, mhm, please continue.
Oh, I'm gonna beat your ass. Um, but yeah, and so with that, I was like, you know what? Let me just put in an appointment. Try to get an appointment. And so my appointment was this week. It was on Wednesday, actually, on the
Oh, so you're
18th.
all
I
fixed
mean,
up right now then.
no.
Oh, alright. Well, I sorry, I jumped ahead of the
Yeah,
story.
you
Yeah,
jumped
please
ahead.
continue.
But their appointment was the week before, so it was kind of I was good. That was good for me because I was like I could kind of gauge what's going on, and they ended up getting their wisdom tooth taken out for quite a low price, actually.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I was like, "That's
Y
pretty good."
you wanted to see if
Uh,
they died, and then you'd be like, "Well, maybe I won't go to
no,
get
I
a
was
have a
more worried
dental
about the
student do it."
cost of it because I was like, if they
Mm.
can take care of this at a decent price, then I'm solid.
You mean
But
you were okay with, if with dying as long as it was cheap?
no, oh my god. I listen, I want you to know I stressed out over this for a while. I looked up all the reviews. I checked Reddit, I checked
Mhm.
Google reviews, I checked Yelp, I checked everything before I put in any kind of appointment. I was originally going to go to an emergency dental place, But all the reviews are saying that it's pretty pricey. And I did end up making an appointment with them because the pain was unbearable. But then the next day, I was like, you know what? I'm afraid that if they have to do some kind of dental surgery or whatever, I'm not going to have the money to pay for it right then and there because they're very much it's from what I saw, you pay like at right after you get the procedure kind of thing. And I
You
didn't
were
have the
concerned they
funds
were
for
gonna
that.
re-crack your tooth afterwards. Mhm.
Yeah, oh, we fixed your tooth. Oh, you can't pay for it? And they just drill back into it.
We're gonna put it back in his mouth. Put him back under again.
Oh no. It's gonna cost you double.
It's actually
Oh
2
no,
procedures
that's
now.
fun. But excuse me. Uh so I ended up going and they were actually super chill. My appointment was at 8 o'clock and it was freezing that day and I got there at 7:30. And so I was just
Not good for
standing
the teeth.
outside for 30 minutes.
Mhm,
And I
mhm.
saw somebody go in and like open up the store or open up the office, but I didn't want to go out there at like go at 7:40, 7:45, be like, hey, when they're not officially open. But they were pretty cool people. I got my
Mhm.
x-rays done and they pretty much told me the same thing. Uh but they did all of my teeth instead of just those two or just that one on the right side. And so they are saying that I am going to need the two root canals, but this time for the two teeth that are problematic. And
Mhm.
so I was like, okay, that's cool. And I was hoping that they could do it then and there. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to go to an endodontist to get that done.
Oh,
And the endodontist are the people who specialize in the root canals and teeth recovery surgery, which
good
I found
lord.
that out because of this whole thing. And so I was freaking out because I was like, that's gonna be so expensive, and what if it's so bad?" And I was just worried about, like, how far they would be from where I live, if I would have to Uber there, or if I could get a ride, blah, 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 blah. And so
Mhm.
the first one I found looked pretty good. They also took my insurance, but they're in the next town over.
Alright,
And I
yeah.
was like, "Frick, I don't wanna have to go there." The second one I found is a 5-minute walk from where I live, because I live next to the hospital, and their
Oh,
office is right next to the hospital.
nice.
And so I called them, I talked to them, and I have an appointment. Oh my god. Yeah, I have an appointment for Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve.
Nice. That's a good birthday present or Christmas present for you.
Yeah, good birthday present, totally.
Yeah, you and Jesus can go get your root canals done together.
My grandpa's birthday is also on Christmas.
Alright, there
It's
you
kinda
go.
crazy.
Yep.
I'll
So,
smile big for him,
have
but I
you
don't know if
had
it's
your
just gonna
wisdom
be
teeth
a
out?
Huh?
You've had your wisdom teeth out?
Yeah, I don't have my wisdom teeth. They got taken
Okay.
out when I was a sophomore in high school, all 4 of them,
Nice,
because
okay.
my nana I don't know if it was like um, "Oh, we can tell that these are gonna come in impacted or they're gonna be problematic in the future,
Mhm.
so we'll just go ahead and take them out," or if my grandma was just like, "Nah, just go ahead and take them out."
Yeah.
But I just remember, she told me, "Yeah, we're gonna get your wisdom teeth taken out," and I was like, okay," and I was terrified.
Oh, yeah.
And why do you think I'm terrified?
I mean, I can tell you why I was terrified.
For why?
Well, because they were gonna have to, like, cut into the skin or the gums.
Yeah.
I also don't like people sticking needles in my gums.
That's true. Were you awake or did they put you under?
I don't know. It's a pretty traumatic experience. I don't really remember too much about it.
Got it. When did you get your wisdom teeth taken out?
A long time ago.
Got
Sometime
it.
in probably high school as well.
Yeah,
No,
he's a
actually,
little old audience.
oh,
He's
man,
getting up there in age.
it might not have been before high school. I think it was after high school. It was before I got into it was when I was still going to community college.
Okay, okay. Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah.
Uh what was I gonna say? See, my fears wasn't anything to do with the surgery. It was being put under and being loopy from the anesthesia.
Mhm.
Because
You
I
were
saw all the
concerned?
videos.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All the videos of people just talking and blurting stuff out and sharing all their secrets, and I was like, "I don't want my Nana to know my secrets. She does not need to know any of these things." And I was terrified, but, still went in, went under. So good news is I didn't say anything, like, I didn't say any of my secrets or anything like that, but that was because I didn't speak at all. I just I just babbled and spoke gibberish the whole time, according to my grandma.
Nice.
From my point of view, I was screaming at her.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I was talking really loud, I was yelling at her because I couldn't control the volume of my voice. And so, like, she would talk to me, and I would respond like or I would respond fully dazed, but my responses were me screaming at her, to respond to her question. And then when I
But
say
that
screaming,
was
I don't mean
only
like
in
just
your
straight
head?
screaming. Like I was saying words, but I was saying them at the top of my voice.
I
But
see.
according to my grandma, the way I just was like this the whole time. You know how like somebody's like asleep and they
Oh,
wake
yeah.
up for just a moment and they mumble to themselves, or like they mumble and then they
Yeah,
turn over
sure.
and they go back to sleep. That's how I sounded apparently.
That's a weird reality disconnect. That's impressive.
No, absolutely. I was not in my mind, let me tell you. I hated it though, because afterwards, all I could eat was obviously soft foods like yogurts, these things like that.
Mhm.
Uh, and it sucked. And I think the stitches came out of one of them at one point, but I toughed
Nice.
it out, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's nice to do that when you're younger. That way, you can sort of get the trauma out of the way.
Yeah, I feel like the healing process is a lot faster too.
Yeah, that
'Cause,
is
like,
definitely
you get
true.
a lot of fresh cells being made real quick and easy. You feel invincible already, you know? That's why it's important parents, that's why it's important to let your kids fail, because then they'll learn how to succeed.
Right. What is failing in this case? Getting a
Okay, so
cavity?
I would like to explain my thought process.
Okay.
So, originally, I was gonna say, parents, that's why it's important to rub rub dirt in your kids' wounds,
Right, yeah.
to gain up their immunity, but somehow that turned into parents have been babying their kids too much. They need to let their kids fail so they can actually learn how to be a person.
I wish I failed more as a child. I don't know if anybody's ever said that before. Well,
I,
it's
for
weird
one,
though. It's weird that you would bring up teeth problems because I personally am dealing with teeth not problems, the opposite of problem because
teeth
I'm trying to
euphoria?
make them better.
Teeth
They're already fine.
solutions.
They're already fine. But
Debatable.
you can well, yeah, that is it is not debatable because they are not perfect. And in the effort to become the ultimate being, I have tried to get more, establish a better pattern, right? Brush them twice a day, floss at night, use a little swishy. So I've
Mhm,
done
mhm,
all that
mhm.
stuff. But then my entire life I've been told not to use sort of like whitening,
Yeah.
like strips or apparently they have released more products like there's little paint brushes now and you can use
Mhm.
UV lights to expedite the process. But everything that I've read online assured me that they weren't dangerous in the long term, as long as you use them properly and don't abuse them.
Mhm.
And, while I have no intention of abusing them, I have tried white strips. Oh,
You've tried abusing
tried.
them?
I
I
am
knew it.
actively attempting to use white strips.
Mhm.
I've already think I've screwed it up
Oh,
because,
no.
nowhere on the box that I got did it say, "Use it every single day for, however many there are." I think it's 2 weeks. I think it's like 14 in the box.
Mhm.
What it says on the box is like, "Use it, and then if you are feeling discomfort, don't use it. Then when the discomfort leaves, use it again." Like, and this discomfort is very sort of,
So the directions
temporary.
are extremely unclear, and they don't really tell you how to use it. They just say, "Use it," and then don't.
Well, I mean, they give you, stick it on your teeth, fold it over the teeth, attach it behind the teeth, and then but I didn't know, like, am I supposed to keep my mouth open for 30 minutes? Am I
Mhm.
able to swallow while this is happening? How can I spit when they are literally in the front of my mouth?
Don't be a
I don't
quitter.
know. I don't know so much about this that I had to Google. I was just sitting there with them on my teeth going, "Did I mess this up? I think I messed this up." And then
Mhm.
I was like, "Okay," the next day, it's like, "Okay, this is weirdly uncomfortable." I've sort of felt this before when the enamel is kind of, run off and your teeth are a little bit sensitive. And so I waited the next day. And
Mhm.
then I was like, "Okay, day 3, good, I'll put it back on." Put it back on, try it again. And then I was like, "Oh, I feel, weird again. I don't wanna use them twice in a row and make this go from uncomfortable to just pain." And
Yeah.
so I waited again. And then, I went back and started doing more research, like, "Am I doing this right?" Like, how long is this supposed to take? Because you're allowed to use 2 boxes a year. I'm
Okay.
assuming I need to space them out by around 6 months, so, like, my next attempt will be, in July or whenever, which is
Mhm.
such a long it's such a long time to plan out. It's like, I guess I need to put this event on my calendar, try white strips again. I'm also
Yeah,
not
I
done with them,
guess.
but I think I have, like, 3 or 4 left to run, but, I don't know if they're working. All I know is that there are parts of my teeth that seem to be getting a little bit whiter and parts that have not really changed that much.
Mhm.
But I don't know, have you ever tried white strips or any whitening things in general?
Um, technically, no, unless you count, like, toothpaste that's, like,
Nah,
advertises
nah.
whitening.
Yeah, no, that's more normal stuff. Online according to online, that's where all my information comes from. Outside of my
Mm,
dentist, I did ask them, legitimately, when
yeah.
you were saying, when was the last time you went to the dentist? The last time I was there, actually, sorry, 2 times ago,
Was
I
that 6
asked
years ago?
them. No, no. I think I've gone. I wanna say I've gone twice this year, but actually I'm not sure.
I mean, it is supposed to be every 6 months after all.
That sounds right. Hold on, let me see. November, May, November, June. Wait,
What did you just call me?
some results before October 2023.
While
Yeah,
he
I think
does
I've been
that,
twice. I think I've
oh,
been twice. But I asked them the last time that I went, or rather 2 times ago. They told me that they had, well, like, there was a new dentist in the office, and they were like, "Hey, so is there anything about your teeth that you would like to change?" And I've never heard that question before. Nobody's ever asked me, what would I change about my teeth if I could? I was
you
like,
know
"Oh, I don't know. I mean,
mhm.
they're pretty much fine, but I guess I could have them whiter. I mean, they're a little bit too yellow for my liking, even though I've gotten the all clear, like there's nothing wrong with my teeth." And they went, "Well, yeah, you could." It was like, I'm using this like whitening toothpaste and whitening uh, mouthwash, and like I'm flossing and all this stuff. And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, that's all good, but we have sort of in-house whitening stuff that we can do."
Mhm.
Uh, it says like, "Oh, well, let me see if my toothpaste works. Let me see if this regimen that I'm on, that I had just started at the beginning of the year, is gonna work." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it might help a little, but it won't. It probably won't give results as fast as you would like, and it won't be as comprehensive." And so I'm considering the next time I go in to ask, just I want a quote for how much their whitening procedure would be, because I've
Mhm.
never really cared about how white my teeth are, but
Yeah, honestly, white teeth are scary. When you really
mm?
look at white teeth, like, if you're watching, like, a movie or something,
Oh, yeah.
and someone just has, like, just plain straight white teeth, that's kinda scary. And for me, I don't remember who it was. I remember watching it and, like, watching a movie, and I saw that.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh my god. Oh my god, that's and for me, it kinda takes me out of it a little bit, 'cause, if I was, like, if I was enveloped in the movie, especially if it's, like, a realism kinda one,
Right.
and then all of a
Oh, yeah.
sudden, like, we have people, like, they have stage makeup on, they've, or, like, they've got, dirt on their face, anything like that, then all of a sudden, white flashing teeth.
True, yeah. Yeah,
It
that
it it
I see your point. There is something vaguely unnerving about it.
'Cause you don't see white teeth, like, well, I mean, because if someone has, like, clean, non-yellow teeth, that's fine,
Mhm.
but actually white teeth that show up on camera is very, very uncomfortable for me.
I could see that, yeah.
It feels fake, which,
Yeah.
to be fair, probably is in a lot of cases.
It could be, they could digitally recolor it. I don't know,
Oh,
I'd
true.
have to see them in person and then, like, compare them compare Tom Holland side by side with his Spider-Man character.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. I haven't ever thought about it that much because 'cause I've never had white teeth, so I've never really been
No, same.
super into it, yeah.
I think if I could, I wouldn't mind getting, less yellow teeth, like,
Mhm.
whiter teeth for sure, but I don't think I could handle having white teeth. No! That's what it was! Okay, so that is a good example, but also, one of my coworkers actually has gotten their teeth whitened, recently,
Oh,
and
okay.
it just feels fake because
Oh, yeah.
it just doesn't match. It just doesn't feel real.
Why,
But
because you saw them before or because it just looks off with their face?
no, because I saw them before, I guess.
Mm.
I guess if I never met them and they had white teeth, it wouldn't really be as much of a, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, you just go, "You are the immaculate chosen one."
You are the chosen.
All hail the white teeth.
My shiny teeth that twinkle. Um, but no. Also, going back to when you were asked, what was it? What do you want for your teeth, or what would you change about your
Yeah, if
teeth, or
there was
something like that?
anything you would change about your smile.
Yeah, no. So when I was doing my little you know how like before you go for the first time you fill out like the information and whatnot.
Right. Yep.
I was doing that online, and one of the questions, because all of them were like medical questions or like information, and then one of the questions in the middle of it just is, "Are you happy with your smile?"
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's like the same. It'd be the
And I
same
was
vein.
like, yeah. I mean, my smile is fine, but my teeth aren't."
It's because you don't see your own teeth, so you have no idea how. Like, I don't know if you practice smiling in the mirror like the rest of the psychopaths out there.
No, why would I do that? I just practice doing everything else.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. All of your.
Facial expressions,
I mean, you've scripted out.
photosynthesis.
This entire podcast is scripted out.
Yeah. See, you just sold the secrets. Now, how are we supposed to do a podcast anymore?
Ah,
I'm
they
going off the
know.
script. Screw
Yeah,
this.
screw it. They know it's scripted.
All right, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Right.
you go to the dentist, right?
I have. Yeah, and I will again.
No, this is a hypothetical.
Okay. Right.
You go to the dentist and you're like, "Oh, I'm just here for a cleaning and a little checkup, see what's going on,"
Hmm.
and all of a sudden you hear a scream coming from the back. So you're just kicking your feet in your chair, just on your phone, and all of a sudden you hear, but
I pull out my
a lot
Glock.
more,
There are zombies coming.
a lot more blood curdling though, like in pain. I don't want to.
Sure. Okay,
I don't
yeah.
want to
Sure.
scare my roommates right now. That's why I didn't do a real
Certified
scream.
scream queen. 80s horror. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then the receptionist, she calls you up and she's like, Jonathan?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
And you walk up, "Hi, so we have your this is you're here for your appointment at 2 p.m.?"
Yeah. Well, what was that? Did you hear that just now?
No. So here's the paperwork. It's about we just need to see if anything's changed since the last time you here 6 months ago, because
Right. Yeah.
you're one of our only clients. You're one of our only clients that's, sticks to their schedule.
Yeah. Well, that's you need good teeth. I check and see if she has AirPods in.
She has one in her left ear that you could vaguely see underneath her hair.
Oh, that's it. Yep. She didn't hear it. That's cool. I take the paperwork. Yeah. Well, I'll fill it out and I guess bring it back.
Yeah, of course. And then she hands you a lollipop.
Oh.
Um,
Do I eat this now or should I wait till after the cleaning?
it's your choice actually.
No, I
But
think I
I
think I'll
prefer you
wait.
should eat it now.
Oh, what? I was actually
Personally,
I was gonna wait a little bit and reward it. It was a reward for afterwards. Usually, you don't
you
give
go
the
back
cookie.
you go back to the waiting room and
I
you look around and you notice there's only one other person in there, and they're sitting on the chair and they're rocking back and forth, and they look a little shaken,
uh-huh.
a little scared.
I give him my lollipop.
He slaps it out of your hand. "You don't know what they're doing in there, man. You gotta get out of here before it's too late."
Did you
And
hear the
then
screams?
before they can reply, you just hear, "Henry, it's time for your appointment." And a nurse walks out, and she's got her what's it called? Her nurse clothes are a little bloody. Uh, and Henry, he just stares at her, and then all of a sudden security shows up, and they drag him into the nurse the dental side of the place. And
Is the
meanwhile, all the
question
while
at
I was
the end
like,
of
"You
this, would
gotta
I
help me!
stay in the
Don't let them
lobby?
take me!" And then the door slams shut. What'd you say?
I leave. I leave. I
As you go
don't
to
put my
leave, you
information
notice
down.
that the door is locked.
I break it down. Is it glass?
Yeah.
Chair through the window.
All right. You throw the chair at the window, and it ricochets off and hits you in the
What is this?
head.
What are we playing D&D right now? What's going on?
I don't know how this happened. Now you hit yourself in the head, and then you get knocked out.
Yeah, yeah. The
Unfortunately, you rolled a
lollipop.
1.
The
Uh,
nurse karate chops me on the back of the neck, and I wake up
eh,
strapped to the chair. All right.
exactly. And when you wake up, I don't know where this is going, honestly. There's clowns.
Oh my
Whoa!
god, my worst fear.
and they're like, "It's time for your cleaning," but he doesn't have any dental tools. He just has a comically sized giant hammer.
Oh, okay. I smile, and that's probably the last thing I see.
Yeah, he reels back, and you just hear like the and as you lose consciousness once again, you just hear ding because he hit the high score. I don't know how this
Huh?
happened.
What the?
I don't know what's going on. My brain was like, "Ooh, Isaiah, let's do a little funny improv moment." And it just derailed very fast.
I know, because you took it to horror.
I'm sorry. I don't know why, but yeah, I yes
That's
anded.
yeah. Well,
And I should have said no.
I died. Yeah, yes. No, and that's the key to
Just yes. That's
yeah.
it. For those who don't know, improv isn't yes and, it's just yes.
Except you no anded me twice. I wasn't able to
Mm,
break out of the wall. I wasn't able to
Here, you
give
know what?
that
Here,
guy
here,
a
here. I
sucker.
hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Let's do it again.
What?
So
No, we're
you
not running it back. What kind of madness is this?
you wake up and you've been reincarnated as yourself.
All
Uh
right, all right. Okay, wait. Is myself still in the nurse
yes,
office?
you're back again. What actually happened is you wake up because you fell asleep sitting in the waiting room.
Oh, I see. I take the
Uh
chair that I'm sitting on and I beat the death the lady that's sitting behind the counter.
Hey, as you're smashing her head in, and blood splatters everywhere, there's several people trying to pull you off of her, but you're in a psychedelic daze, I guess. They're like, "Mister, please stop! Please don't do
No,
this!"
you don't understand. The clowns. Like I got clowns back there. They're trying to kill us all.
And then you see Henry, and he manages to pull you off or pull the chair away from you, and he just restrains you in a headlock. He goes, "What's your fucking problem, dude?
You,
Somebody call the
you did this.
police!"
No, you gotta let me save us all. I'm the only one who can.
And then someone calls the police. And then you go to
Yeah,
prison.
and then I
Yeah.
get 15 to life for I mean,
Manslaughter. That's not
I
even
try to
manslaughter,
plead
that's murder.
insanity. I try to plead insanity, but it doesn't
I
work.
mean, how much money do you have? Can you afford a good lawyer?
No, no. I go full public defender, and I put all
Oh,
my
well,
money in a trust.
okay, have you
I leave
shown
it to my cat.
signs have you shown signs of psychotic breakdowns before?
What would it be? What's a sign of a psychotic breakdown? I talk to myself.
You know what? Let's Google that.
Is that psycho? Is it? Some people don't have internal monologues. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, some people don't have internal. They also don't hear voices in their head, and I don't
I
mean
know.
like schizophrenia. I mean like when they read, they don't hear anything.
Yeah, I
I
think those
think those
people.
people. I don't think I've met a person like that for one, but two, I feel like those people can't be creative because I
Well,
feel like
that
their
I that
imagination can't run rampant
mm,
like that.
that depends. I don't know. I feel like our creative process is. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know what your creative process is because I'm not in your head. But in my head,
Sometimes.
yeah, it's very much like I hear people talking and I'm able to sort of go with them.
I know this is gonna sound absolutely crazy, but do you the voices in your head, is
Uh
it
huh.
only ever your voice, or do you hear other people's voices, or like people you know? So, or
Uh,
like voices change, or is it always just you or your own internal monologue, or is there other voices as well?
I mean, it depends. If I'm, trying to write an evil monologue for a villain, it's in the
Yeah,
villain's voice rather than my voice.
that's fair. No, I get that. I get that. Do you ever have conversations with other people in your head? And when I say
Uh,
this is more of my overthinking side.
uh-huh.
When I say this, because I'll have conversations with people in my head, but it'll be more so me trying to figure out what I would say in certain situations, not straight up me just having conversations with other people in my head. Like, for
Right.
example, before I went to my dental appointment, or before I called the endodontist yesterday, um, I had planned exactly what I was gonna say, and if they had like any response, like if I could think of any responses they might say, I already had a response planned for it. That's the kind of talking to other people or having conversations in my head I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I are you playing both sides of the conversation, or are you playing one side and then you're, like, letting, I guess, your subconscious run the other half of the conversation?
That's a good question. Uh, I guess it would be subconscious or yeah, cause okay, so I'll do an example. This is gonna be
Alright.
hard to verbalize.
Right.
So let's say, give me a scenario.
Like, a scenario like the evil villain giving a monologue?
No, like the conversation one. Like I have to go talk to somebody about something.
Oh, you're buying a car, and you're concerned that you don't have enough money for the down payment.
Okay, so I have not left home yet, or I'm on my way to the dealership. Let's go with that. I'm on my
Okay.
way to the dealership. I'm hanging out, or let's say I'm by myself. Like let's say I'm in the Uber. Uh, the way it would probably go is
Thanks, Alexa.
Alexa, hush. I forgot I set her to do that every day at 6:35, and I always forget to turn it off.
You're on the list
Uh,
now. You were rude to Alexa.
I just told her to be quiet.
You said, "Hush." You know how rude that is to a robot?
You hush.
Oh, I'm
That's
offended.
right.
You're on the list.
Oh no. Are the AIs gonna get me?
I'll convince
uh,
him to, even if that wasn't enough.
that's terrible. Okay, so I'm riding to the dealership. I got, money in my pocket or on my card, whatever.
You
And we're
strapped with
riding.
bins.
Yeah,
Yee yee.
Uh um so we're riding, and so this is how I'm gonna try to explain it exactly how my brain is doing it. I'm gonna start speaking, but this is the thought process. This isn't me explaining
Hmm.
just something hypothetical.
You're channeling
Yeah,
inner monologue.
exactly. All right, so I walk in. There's some cool hotshot who's there to sell me a car. They ask, "Hey, what can I do you for? What you looking for? We got some good deals for you." And I'll say, "Oh, I haven't bought a car before, but I think it's time for me to get one." Oh, and then they'll be like, "Okay, cool. That sounds perfect. What are you in for?" And I'm like, I don't need anything new, really. Nothing too expensive. I don't want to say too expensive. I don't want to tell them how much money I have
Right.
because that will change a lot. But I'm like, I'm not looking for anything like brand new or anything, but I think something within the last maybe 10 years would be great for me. They'd be like, "Oh, all right, well, here, come over here. We've got this option, this option. Oh, I think I like that option. I like the color of this one. Oh, you like the color? Well, wait until you get inside." And I'll go inside and I'll sit down. I'm like, "Oh, this feels nice. Yeah, no, it feels great, right? I have one of these I have one of these at home. This my wife drives this car every day. This is her baby. Not this one specifically, but this kind of car. I think it's great for a family man. It's good for road trips, blah blah blah." I'm like, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah. So and then I'm like, so like, what is it looking like price wise? And they'd be like, it's gonna be X amount, and I'd be like, ooh, okay, maybe let's look at other options just in case, because I did see another one that I did like, and they'd be like, all right, let's go.
This is
So
so
I think
schizophrenic.
it is me on both sides.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Or
don't think
you
it's
you don't ever you don't
subconscious.
ever walk in and it's, "Hey, it's me, Tiny Tony's Carzzeria. What you looking for? How much money you got, bro?"
If it's a less intimidating situation, absolutely.
Okay.
But if it's something like that, that's definitely like life altering kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
Especially in terms of money. Definitely, I'm freaking out too much to give him a real voice. But like in my head, he doesn't have my voice, but he definitely sounds exactly. It's just my voice.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he just walks in and he goes, "Hey, you look like a guy who's looking for a Maserati."
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, welcome to Tony's Big Shop. What can I do for you?
We got cars,
Um,
we got tires, we got everything.
I just need a new car. I totaled my last one, and my dad just gave me my new allowance. And so I'm looking for something that I can buy with 15,000.
Did the other people survive when you totaled your car?
They're still in the hospital. I came out unscathed.
Oh,
Um,
so you're waiting on manslaughter charges. That's what's going on here.
I don't think so. I mean,
Uh-huh.
my insurance says that I'm not at fault, but theirs
W
says that I am because I T-boned them when I ran the red light. But clearly,
Right,
they didn't
right.
yield to me. So,
What, do you want him to be there? Do you want him to come back, claim that insurance money? We can
uh,
take care of that here at Tiny Tony's Carzzeria.
I mean, is that gonna be an extra fee, or does it come with the car?
Oh, we can bundle it with a car. You gotta buy something tanky though. I mean, you don't want to crash into nobody and get hurt again. Although you came out all right, huh?
Yeah, I just had a a Ford F-150 before.
Oh, that's pretty tanky. You know what we could do is give you a Ford F-250. We could strap it
But
with some like one of those metal little things that you put on the front, a
hey,
grill.
yo,
Get a
you know what?
grill.
You might get yourself a deal.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we'll
Wait a
take
minute,
care of
wait a
those
minute,
people
wait
in
a
the
minute.
hospital for you. Yeah, no problem.
Before we continue, what's let me see it. Let me see it. What color
You
is it?
want to see what? You want to see the gun I'm gonna use to take out those people in the
N
hospital for you, or you want to see the car?
I wanna see the truck.
Oh
The
yeah, well
F-250.
it's actually in the shop right now, but you guys just gotta trust me that there is a car out there for you.
Is this not the new car lot?
No, no, this is just where we do the business. We ship the car in from wherever they make Fords,
Hopefully America, right?
Connecticut or wherever they make them.
Oh, they're from see, I don't really like Connecticut-made cars. That I got issues with Connecticut.
That's fair. I
Uh,
get contacts in the industrial military complex. We might be able to get you one of those Ramblers,
one of the Whams?
yeah, one of the big ones. The thing that they use in the military. They drive it around. They got a turret on top.
Does it have a is how much dedicated Wham does it have?
It's got enough to get you where you need to go. Make sure those people that are bugging you ain't gonna be bugging you no more. You know what I mean?
You know what? You got a deal. You got a deal.
All
You just
right.
you just throw the money on the counter and just walk out without keys or anything.
Cuts to a TV screen. Two people died in the hospital today with
Oh
mysterious charges.
no. It's fine. It was needed. It needed to happen.
My
That's
God.
crazy.
Yeah, that's what
Are
my
we
internal monologue sounds like. It's just Tony, Tiny Tony, talking all the time in my head. That's a lot
it's
of
just
T's
straight
in
up
that
Tiny
sentence.
Tony, that's it?
Yeah, it's just Tiny Tony talking to me, and I gotta go. Shut up, Tony. I'm
Hey,
done hearing you
Tony,
talk about
back the fuck
Maseratis.
up, boy. I don't do a good voice. I'm sorry.
You don't have the man. What even accent is that? Is that
That
New
was at
York?
first it was like Boston, and then it changed to something else.
Yeah, it's kind of a Boston adjacent. You
Yeah,
don't got
yeah,
a
yeah,
Boston
yeah, yeah.
adjacent voice up in there. Yeah. You got the accent on lock.
See, yeah, I
I
can't.
thought you were doing
You,
like voice training or whatever that was.
what'd you say?
I think we were doing like what is it called? You think we were voice training? Isn't that what it's called?
I don't know what you're talking about, but
When you were trying to
sure.
become a voice actor.
Oh, yeah, um,
Ah,
stuff has happened.
God, don't let your dreams be dreams.
It's too late. They're already dreams,
You just gotta do it, man.
and I'm pathetic.
You're not pathetic. You just gotta get back up on that sandbag and hit the home run.
You know what, Tony? You're right. I just gotta go for it.
That kind of sounds like we're like Mike Tyson. That's kind of where it's
You know what,
turning
Tony?
into.
You're right. I just
Yeah,
gotta
you're
go
right.
for it.
Yeah, when that ball
I
comes
just
down
gotta
the
take that punching bag and
yeah.
I just gotta throw it around.
See when it comes down the lane, you just gotta whack it. And no matter how many times you miss, you just gotta whack it. Always get back up on that ball. Whack it one more time.
Whack it
Even if
one
you
more
miss.
time.
Even if they catch the pop fly. One
Even
time.
one,
That's all it takes.
and soon you'll unlock a demon within you. Can we get
That's a
we need to
crazy
get Mike
scene.
Tyson
Mike
on the
Tyson walking
podcast?
into the car dealership with Tiny Tony's car dealership, trying to hype each other up. No
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
you need a
yeah, yeah.
Maserati.
Does Mike Tyson have a Maserati?
I have
If
no
so, this will
idea.
go full circle. You know what? My headcanon, he definitely does.
He'd probably drive something cool. I don't know what he. Actually, somebody probably drives something cool for him.
Yeah, yeah.
He seems like one of those people that doesn't drive. That's like
Mm,
the peak of wealth. I think is when you have someone else drive you around.
yeah.
I
Then
don't
I
know
must
what's
be rich
higher
as
than that.
fuck, dude.
No, 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 no. I'm not saying like, oh, you carpool with somebody. I'm saying
I
I
don't
don't know how to
carpool.
drive this car because somebody else has been driving it for so long.
Some kind so, you know the artist Cardi B, right?
Yeah, sure.
She has a lot of very expensive cars, but she doesn't drive any of them because she doesn't know how to drive.
Oh my god.
But I'm assuming she has somebody drive them around for her.
Well, you gotta drive them at least once a week, otherwise the battery will die.
Speaking of, I gotta do that for Jacob. He's in California.
Oh, he made it out to the city coast, huh?
Yes, sir. He's with his parents. He's with mom and pa.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
he went.
but he's visiting
Where's
them
he-
for Christmas, and
Nice,
he
yeah.
was like, "Hey, can you drive around my car,
Mhm,
like every
mhm.
couple of days, just so like it's all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." And so he said I could just drive around the parking lot, so I'll probably just do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have a license, so I could go drive somewhere if I wanted to. But he's been having some car issues recently, so I wouldn't
Oh,
do that to him.
yeah, that's
But
stressful.
yeah, but also just because it's not I don't feel comfortable doing that with somebody else's car right now,
Mhm.
because I haven't driven a car by myself outside of, like, in parking lots. Um,
Oh, you have, like, gone on the highway. I remember you
yeah,
were
no, I've driven with
adamantly
people
against
on the
that. Oh,
highways and
okay.
whatnot. The first time I did, I almost killed, everybody. I think
Oh,
you were
boy.
with us.
No, I don't think I was.
Okay, so then because it was me, Jacob, and Caleb, I wasn't sure if you were there,
Yeah,
and
I
it
don't
was my
think so.
first time going on the highway. I did not wanna go on the highway. But Jacob was
Right.
like, "Just do it. Just get on the highway." And I was like, "Okay." And so, I take the road that goes into the highway, and he goes, "No, you need to." Oh, fuck, excuse me.
The road that goes up to
Sorry.
the highway? You
That
mean
was
the
crazy.
on-ramp?
That's the word, the on-ramp.
Oh. Oh, man.
Shut
Make a note,
up!
mental note to never let Isaiah drive me.
Isaiah can drive. It just might take him a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Um,
'Cause we won't ever get on the highway because he doesn't
yeah,
know what
shut
the
up.
road's called that gets us there. Right,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
please continue. You almost killed everybody.
So what happened was, asshole, uh, I was going on the on-ramp. Thank you. And he was like, "Yeah, you need to look back and make sure, either if somebody's coming, you need to speed up, or if nobody's there, that you can merge." And so, I was looking in the mirror, and he goes, it was also dark. This is my first time driving in the dark too.
Okay, alright.
And so he's like, "No, you need to physically look back to be like the safest." So I turned around,
Mhm.
not just my head, but my body also turned, and the wheel also turned.
Oh, boy.
And thankfully, where we were on the on ramp, uh, excuse me, it wasn't like there wasn't any rail or anything right there, and so I had driven off the road a little bit, and it was just straight gravel right there and rocks. But I
Mhm.
managed to correct myself, without. I freaked out. Let me tell you, I freaked out as it was happening. But Jacob
Yeah.
was like, "I'm proud of you. You didn't freak out." And I was like, Are you kidding me?" But I managed to straighten us back up, and then I pulled onto the highway and I drove us home.
Oh, they let you
Since
keep
then,
driving after that?
huh?
They let you keep driving after you almost put the car off
Yeah,
the road?
because you can't get better without doing it.
That's fair, that's fair.
I mean, but since then I've driven on the highway at least two to four more times. I can't remember anymore. It's been a while
Nice.
since I've actually driven though. A car, I should say. I've been driving golf carts a lot because of my job. But yeah, and Jacob was like, "Oh, you did so," like, after the fact, I should say. This isn't like right then and there. This is when we talked about it later. He goes, "Yeah, no, I'm proud of you. You didn't like freak out. You corrected yourself. Like most people, they just think to immediately jerk, and that's how you get the car flipped over, blah blah blah." And I said, "I'm gonna keep it a buck 50 with you. I freaked the fuck out. I don't know how we made it back on the highway or made it onto the highway, but I'm glad you think I did good. That makes me feel
Yeah,
better."
yeah, yeah.
And then from there, the other times I got on the highway, I got on no problem. The only
Nice.
issue I did have was just keeping up the right speed and coasting really, and then not swerving the car. The more I did it, the more I drove, the less it happened, of course.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I think the other thing is making sure I stay in the right lane. But since then, it's been good. It's been getting better and whatnot.
You had to
Yeah,
have
I
a
can
test
drive.
with, like, a person in the car, right? There
Yeah,
was,
I
like, a
haven't
person
driven
that
by
was in there?
myself, like, outside of parking lots or, like, to a place yet.
Ah.
And Jacob says just ask him and he'll probably let me, but I'm scared too.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
Um, And like my biggest fear is it's not something that's ever gonna go away. It's mostly just other people on the road.
Mhm.
Is what I worry about because like I'm a very defensive driver, clearly. Because I refuse to drive recklessly. I can't drive recklessly because I'm too panicked about it. Um, I'm just being honest. But yeah, like
Yeah.
because especially up here, you know how bad people drive up here.
Oh, yeah.
Not to
It's
mention the roads.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm getting
Mhm.
a call.
What, right
Give me
now?
a second.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit. Well, I
keep
mean,
talking.
unlike Lamb, I am an excellent driver. Always have been from the earliest moments. I think it harkens back to my days in Mario Kart, but I really don't know what made me so good at driving. I've always been good at driving. I've never not been good. It's pretty awesome. I've never understood why people like this bozo are out here going, "Oh, I'm scared to drive on the highway." It's sort of like imagining all the fish in the stream. If you're a fish and you're swimming in the stream, you're not worried about the other fish. You're all going the same direction.
That's
And
correct.
accidents are caused by two people not paying attention. So as long as I'm the best, I'll never get into a wreck.
I don't know. That's absolutely completely true because there's a lot of accidents that happen because one person isn't paying attention
Well, yeah, but if two,
and they go
if it,
boom. Huh?
no, two people have to not be paying attention. Because if one of us is paying attention and that guy's not paying attention, I can what is it called? Fix his screw up by swerving to the left or swerving to the right to
And what
avoid
if you
him.
can't? What if you are in back-to-back traffic? You're stopped, and the person behind you, they just hit you. You're in the middle lane. There's nowhere for you to go.
Well, there are always what do you call it? Objections. No,
Just say you're wrong, John.
no, I will never say that. People always talk about how superiority complexes are bad, but you know what?
Don't do this. Stop where your head, please.
Napoleon never would have conquered the world if he didn't have the Napoleon complex.
What about Genghis Khan?
Yeah, same for him. He probably thought he was the best. I don't know much about him, and I don't think there was much written about him. You know,
I
his
I
his
we'll,
his
we'll have to do
thoughts.
some research for you because there is a lot that's written. You know, he
What you
colonized
think he
most of
and
Asia,
Yeah,
right?
but you think we don't have an Anne Frank diary of Genghis Khan? He wasn't
You
exactly
don't know. Have
keeping
you looked
notes
it up?
on.
I don't think you have.
I No, I don't need to look it up. I'm pretty sure there's not Genghis Khan's diary. Hey, I
Watch
boned
this.
57 women today.
Genghis Khan. How do you spell that? Genghis
Diary? You're
Khan
gonna look up a diary of
diary.
this dude? It's
I'm actually genuinely curious.
it's gonna be fake. If you find one, it's not gonna be real because
Mm.
he didn't write one.
What if he didn't, but one of his Mongols does?
I
Does
don't
that
think they
count?
did. Oh yeah, that would count if one of his people wrote it. Because that would basically be him writing it. He probably would have said to them, "Hey, yo, write this down, homie. I
I got
boned
bored.
57 women today." You got bored because it wasn't result number one because it doesn't exist.
I think you're just full of
Checkmate.
malice,
Get
and you're a
yo
piece,
king off of the
and
board.
you're a piece of
He is in the
booty.
trash can now.
Why would you say that to me?
I glory killed
You
your
glory hole? That's
chess king.
crazy.
I got all my ammo back because I run my chainsaw right through his tum tum.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Doom reference, you uncultured
I've never
nerd.
played Doom.
I
You
haven't
can't
played
call me
Doom
a nerd
either.
and uncultured.
I don't think nerd and cultured are mutually exclusive.
I think they can be.
Yeah, spoken like a real uncultured nerd.
You can't keep saying that just because you think you're right.
You can't prove it. All you've said is, I don't think so. Like an uncultured
Actually,
nerd.
rude ass. I
Nah,
said, nuh-uh.
Oh yeah, yeah. What a strong argument.
It's a strong argument. You just
See,
don't
this is
get
why I
it.
should have gone into. I should have been a politician. I would have
No,
cleaned
I
house.
feel like you are gassing yourself up a lot more than you need to.
It's called the superiority complex, and there's nothing wrong with it. All right, some of us are just better.
Yeah, sure.
I can explain all the ways that I'm better than you,
Okay.
and it starts with the fact that you're an uncultured nerd.
Oh yeah,
I,
totally.
meanwhile, am not an uncultured nerd.
So, what makes you more cultured than I am? Is it because there's specific things that you're referencing?
You don't get my references. If
So,
you were
because I don't get
cultured,
your specific
yep,
references,
yep. I mean,
then
if you were making Naruto references and I clearly wouldn't understand them, but that wouldn't necessarily make you cultured because Naruto is not culture.
oh, but Doom is.
Doom is part of culture.
Mm-hmm.
I would say
Oh
maybe the
yeah.
first Naruto season was part of culture, but the 57th one is not.
Well, they haven't had 57 seasons, so you're wrong.
They're approaching it. They're approaching it. It's like
No, well,
One
Naruto
Piece.
itself ended like years ago.
Yeah, but then they came out with sequels and sequels to those sequels and
Yeah,
spin-off
that's not
movies.
Naruto. That's a whole different story about a whole different character.
5,700 different games. I think there were
I think you're
126 in
confusing Naruto
total.
with One Piece.
I think I'm confusing it with Dragon Ball. They're all the same in my mind. They all kind of occupy
That's kind
that
of racist.
they occupy that space over there in my head where
Are
I
you saying
go,
all anime is the same? Didn't
"Hey
you watch
man,
JoJo's?
no," but yes, I did. And I've seen Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, and you know what?
Is that
I
the one
have
that just came
never
out?
It did. Yes, it just came out about 2 weeks ago. I have never been more critical of a piece of work than I
Uh-oh.
have of that movie. And it's entirely because of the weakness of anime.
Mhm.
You know what anime's major weakness for me is? Now,
Realism.
granted, it has some cool strengths, but the fact that conversations are animated
Yeah.
means we lose out on 99% of an actor's, well, maybe not 99% but we lose out on a solid chunk of an actor's performance when we don't get to see the eyes, the facial expressions, the body language. When instead they're
Mhm.
trying to sort of embody that. Yeah, voice actors could do a pretty good job of it. But I don't know, man. It's easy to look at the War of the Rohirrim and I mean any piece of live action Star Wars, any piece of live action Lord of the
That's a
Rings.
whole different ballpark,
I
man.
know. I mean, I haven't seen the animated. I have seen some of the animated stuff for Star Wars, but that's getting me off. That'll get me off topic. All right.
Honestly, I'm not combating you here. I'm
Mhm.
j I think I think well, it depends on how they made it. If they did the voice acting first and then the animation, or the animation then the voice acting, you know? Because I feel like with if they do the voice acting first, they have to make the animation based on the
Like
everything
the
that happened,
delivery.
like yeah, the delivery and whatnot. And I
Mhm.
feel like that would make it easier to animate that versus, having the animation and then the acting, because, you already see what you're gonna see, and you have to match that energy now. Versus
Right.
you make the performance happen and they just put it on the screen, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I feel like there's so much missing. Because in War of the Rohirrim, like the main character is Hera, who is sort of like I don't know if you've seen the original Lord of the Rings, but
It's been a long time.
there's a character Eowyn, and she actually that same actress comes back to do the narration for this one.
Mhm.
But like they're virtually kind of the same character. They're sort of that girl boss in a sea of dudes just kind of doing their thing, right?
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Eowyn and the actress that plays her, who's I forgot both of their names, I have to look them up, but the actresses that play both of them, they're very good actresses. The problem is that when you compare the performance of the voice actor with the performance of a live action character who are pretty close, pretty identical. And I mean, even the
Yeah.
king is King Bran or whatever his name is, and then the king that's ruling during Lord of the Rings or during like Fellowship or no, I wish it would be Fellowship, Two Towers. It's like you could just compare these before you could put them side by side and go, I mean, we're losing so much. I don't
Yeah.
get any of these micro expressions that these people are putting on. You're having to fill in so much of the detail. I don't know.
That's fair.
It
I
was very sad. I did not like that. I did,
Mhm.
however, like the awesome action sequences. There were
Of course,
2
that's
that
what anime
were
is known for, you know?
yeah, you have to abuse the power of your medium.
Oh, absolutely. I will say, kind of going off of that, I think one reason why a lot of things could fall off, and this is in no regards to what you're talking about, specifically is I think one of the biggest things for a lot of actors who do voice acting is they don't give it their all like they do with acting because, they're like, "Oh, it's just my voice. I just have to emphasize. I gotta inflect this way, blah, 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 blah."
Right, yeah.
But because like one of the biggest examples, which I think I can talk about now if I haven't already talked about it, is Megan Fox in Mortal
Okay, is she a
Kombat
voice
1.
actor? Actress?
No. No, she's not.
Oh, I see.
And I mean that in the most disrespectful way.
Oh god, okay.
And there's a couple of people actually in the Mortal Kombat 1 game, because it was Megan Fox and then a couple of guest people whenever they did like guest characters, where there was no kind of feeling, there was no inflection, there was no effort into their performance.
Ah, yeah, okay.
But they put them in there because they were a known name.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I think that's something that might also happen with some of these like big name projects. And I don't know if that's the case with this, obviously. I don't know anything about the Lord of the Rings.
I
But
don't know, unless the name Gaia Wise, rings a bell for you.
I can't say that it does.
Yeah. It's Gaia Wise who plays Hera, and then Miranda Otto, who is the live action Eowyn.
Mhm. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't watched.
I mean, their performances were fine. The voice actors, they were great. It was like more the visuals that just didn't, I don't know,
It
it
just didn't
didn't.
line up with you?
Yeah, it didn't have the same power as any of the live action. I mean, even the like Rings of Power. I mean, those being live action, that adds, I felt like it adds enough that this was on the same level, even though those are pretty universally panned.
Yeah. No, that's
But I
fair.
don't know. I don't want to go off too much on this. We're already over time.
We are.
I think we call it here, and I'll try not to get canceled over the
Mhm.
weekend, and lose some friends because they don't like what I'm saying about their sweet anime.
Damn. Is it me? Am I the friend? Probably.
Are you offended?
Yeah, you oh, my feelings are so hurt.
Yeah, it's you. All right, all right, all right. Well, let's get out of here. All right. Well, thanks for
Bye.
listening, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.